Okay, here we go. Oops on the red team are defending against CLEU on the blue team are going to be attacking.
CLEU?
CLEU. I was hoping I could just let that one slide.
No, because I'm going to make a pun like, yeah, Ryan, Kasna seem to have no clue in this round.
Yep, well, maybe the crew can get it sorted.
Yep, indeed, that is a possibility, but let's focus on this one. So far, Oops going very aggressive towards the south, and this lineup from Kasna crew is going exactly where we expected to go. It's going towards the north, it's going towards the #1 base. They have the tanks for it, and they're going aggressive, and Oops are going to have to fight to get back in here. And take a look at the Oops lineup. It is in full effect, you could say. Milosh, Insane, Kamil, Silans, Melan, Decha, and Spoink. No, the dead zone.
No, the dead zone. I mean, this is probably one of the strongest lineups, I would say, that Oops can field at the moment with all the players available to them.
Yeah, I would agree. And Spoink might be their mountain goat after all, but so far, they've gotten all the info. They know exactly that Kazna crew is not in that area. They're already going through the courtyard, but there's going to be a fight on this corner. It's going to be a big one even.
Diplomat spotted. He's going to peek. You see Melan, Silence, and Camille coming round. First one to poke just through that edge area might get shot at. Who's on the other angle on Death Alley? It looks like they've backed off. Diplomat's up high, but who's over his shoulder? Dares is sitting waiting there to get a shot into the face of any of the 50Bs coming in. But Insane and Milosh are actually pushing round. Diplomat has backed off and he doesn't actually have crossfire until Milosh takes a shot into the face, but they're going to get a jump onto Dares. They don't connect with the shots and Dares is still alive.
Well, they're going to go straight forwards here. They want to take the overmatch because they know the 50Bs are out of the fight, and here comes the 50Bs and the Emil from Decha.
Milosh gets the kill on Coleman. Piotr, he gets dropped. Insane had to back off because he took a lot of damage. Now Vessel's the next focus down. 2 tanks down for Kasna crew, but Oops have taken a truckload of damage here from Kasna crew. They are surviving. There's still guns in the game, but who's going to get focused next? As Silence and Meland are pretty much one-shots.
Oh, Milosh didn't actually connect onto Durs. That's going to be vital here. Durs coming around the corner, full HP 100. Going to make hit shot count and return though, and Oops, they need to start hitting shots because the cap is still on. In the meantime, Durs doesn't connect either. Spoink got the resets now. Stefan and Haiba, it's time to get off this cap, mate. Time to go help your team.
Dares bounced off Milosh. Milosh now gets his connecting shot into Dares. Stefan and Haiba are still staying in this cap circle, while at the moment, Kasna crew are taking a pummel. Dares is now being focused. He's got a broken turret line, can't angle properly here. Stefan and Haiba are going to focus on to Spoink, but Spoink's just acting as a distraction while the rest of his team clear up the remaining tanks from Kasna crew. But still, it's not over. It's trade for trade at the moment. Stefan's taking a dot low health at the moment. Haiba still has a lot of HP, so does Nexus, and they're coming right back into the battle. And it looks like Kasna crew now finally have the advantage.
The Kazna crew definitely with an advantage in this round. Oops tried to make the plays, tried to make the fight, but it didn't work out in their favor. Now Milosh might be able to get Durs, but Stefan and Haiba, they're coming in as well with their full HP heavy tanks. Should be no issues. Milosh probably going to try and kill Durs here. He does. It's 3v3, but the HP is not in their favor whatsoever.
Milosh able to kill Dares there as Haiba came round connected and Stefan came round and bounced. Nexus now coming around and be able to clip into him. Milosh in between a rock and a hard place there as Haiba picks up the kill. Melan can come around the corner, he has 2 shots onto him, but he's not going to be able to kill anyone unless he's managed to get a magical shot on Stefan round the corner. Nexus knows Deca's above him, and well, both Deca and Melan spotted. Kasna crew know exactly where they are and exactly where to focus.
Yeah, Haiba got the kill there onto Melan, and now Deca only has 1 player and it's go towards Stefan, but he has 2 more players to deal with after that, and that's not going to go well in his favor either. So with 2 shots and a dream, Kazna crew seem to have a pretty good clue in this round, didn't they?
Haiba picking up the kill there onto that last tank, and Kasna crew coming out victorious here, but it was a heck of a brawl to get through that.
It was indeed a heck of a brawl. You could see the fight there, you know, the Kasna crew Emils not going onto the cap, deciding to hold the ramp. They got most of their shots off, I'd say. Piotr was the first focus for the guys from Oops, and then the 50Bs came in, but just didn't get enough guns in their favor. They lost a lot of HP. They only killed 1 or 2 tanks, I think, and then Stefan and Haiba were out of the fight for a very long time. I don't even know why they stayed in the cap circle that long. There was no point. They could have come off of that way earlier, dealt with Spoink much faster, and went to help their team, which would have made it a lot easier. They wanted to cap for some reason, but we could see that they were always in control of the HP. They're always in control of the guns, and all they had to do really was kill the tanks from Oops.
Yep, let's have a look at the damage done there. Imagine a couple of players pushing 3k. Yep, so Haiba top damage in the 113.
Yeah, Haiba, nice shots there, but you know, it's Deca and the Emil is more impressive because it is a tier 9 tank. It is harder to do that damage. 2.9, 2 kills. Hyber did get 4 kills, obviously. Stefan also, I7, 2.6. Kamil, Miloš, Diplomat, Melan, but I am fairly certain there's going to be some low damage dealing players on the second page, and Insane might be one of them as well. I don't think he got more off than 1 shot of damage in his E100.
Yeah, I mean, Meland 2.3 there for
And
7th
Silence.
place. And then after Nexus, also 8th place, 2.3. It drops quite considerably there for damage. Dares, I mean, he bounced at least 1 shot there off Miloš in the duel. It was an awkward angle for both of them to shoot each other. Call me Piotr getting focused down quickly, but Silence and Insane, both of those players in that situation, you'd expect to be able to do more damage.
Yeah, especially Silence, even in that 50B, you're expecting to get at least 3-4 shots out in that one. You wanted realistically 1 clip, and then 1 clip would have made a big difference in this game. And oops, they tried something here on Ghosta and Kazna crew, holding on though. Perhaps oops return the favor on the attacking side. We have no idea. We don't know what to expect from them because we haven't seen them play it. So
Yeah.
we're not 100% sure what is Oops going to play. We have seen Kazna play it a few times, but still not enough to give us an idea of what they're going to bring, what are the tendencies, etc., etc.
Yeah,
It's
not
a little bit of guessing. Like Oops could bring anything. They haven't played it yet. For all they know, for all we know, they could bring back 4100s.
Yeah, it's not like you can go like, well, you know, Dinger defending, we know we're going to get Kreitz and Udiz up on that hill. You know,
Yeah.
It's like there's no specific set tactic we know for this team on this area. Or like, for example, Mines, you know, like, you know, defense, you're going to get Mayland on a grill, attack, you're going to get Mayland on a TVP. Like, those are like pretty much 2 standard guaranteed picks pretty much every time for Oops, for example, on their tactics. But Kasna, I can't really do anything for Kazna. I have noticed though when Haiba doesn't play the scouts or the lighter zone, Haiba actually does a lot of damage usually.
Maybe. Not always.
Maybe. Well, let's have a look at the lineups for round 2 and no 4 E100s, Adaki.
Kazna crew here with the Udes. A very similar lineup to what Ding had. Realistically, only missing the FE215B to have the same. Because Ding didn't have an E100, I think. But all around, we kind of know what this lineup is going to do. A1, cover pretty much all your angles, cover everything, and cover it. Oops, with 350Bs. That's, you know, it's a little bit more aggressive. I7, E100, Batchat, Tier 9, and Emil. Can put I7 on the cap, can put Emil on the cap, can put just the Emil on the cap, can put I7, Batchat AP, and Emil on the cap, can just put the solo I7 on the cap. They have a lot of options available.
You could put everyone on the cap.
No. But yeah, they have options available to them. They can hold with the 50Bs, but again, it's going to be about how much can the Kranwagen from Kazna crew do? Can he get hold down? Can he get the shots? Can he bully the 50Bs out of position? Can the E100 from Kazna crew bully the E100 from Oops out of position? Who has to give up that alley? Who has to give up the slope if they get there? Who's going to win it?
Well, there's one way to find out, Daki. And we're about to see that as Oops on the attack are going to be fighting Kazna crew on the defense. Kazna crew are on the blue side for defense. Oops are on the red side for attack. It's currently 1-0 to Kazna crew. Let's jump into round 2 here on Ghost Town and see if Kazna crew can make it 2-0 or will Oops bring it back to 1-1?
That is the question we all have in our minds, but Oops did not decide to go for that northern base, at least not in the beginning of the game. They're choosing a more southern approach. Piotr's playing the Batchat. Interesting that it's not Stefan, but perhaps Stefan prefers playing Kranwagen. Isna here, little Udes going to be climbing.
Isna should do this no problem, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he should.
If not, you'll hear all about it. Well
There
done,
we go.
Isna. Well done, laddie.
But look at this. Oops going very aggressive in the beginning, already taking control over that G5, G6 position, and perhaps trying to catch out the Kranwagen AMX50B. We can see they're kind of out of position. If Piotr doesn't spot them, they could drive down the 5-run like we've seen on different servers. I haven't seen it really in EU, and catch out Stefan here. If they push down on the right side, there's like a little corner. They can push behind that Kranwagen, completely remove him out of the game.
I was going to say Stefan's probably going to proxy spot Deca in just a second. Deca gets a spot on Stefan. Actually, it's insane that the spot comes from. Insane taking out. There comes Deca around the corner to push Stefan back away.
Now the 50B should come. The 50B should come right now.
can't see actually at the moment because we're seeing it from Kazna Crew's point of view. We're seeing it from Stefan's viewpoint. Camille's coming around the corner. 50B's coming around exactly as you predicted, Daki. They're clipping into Stefan. Stefan's going to go down in seconds. He is eliminated just like that. Now the focus is going on to Diplomat. Ders is also taking damage. Ders is wide open. He's going to go down next as well. Look at how quickly that E100 fell.
Yeah, very quickly. Tanks down one by one here for the lineup of Kazna Crew.
Now let's have a listen to Oops on TeamSpeak and see how it's going through their minds at the moment.
I cannot.
Milos, not over.
10 seconds. I will kill the 113. I kill
You have to
Hyber.
keep on playing aggressive. I'm going.
I kill Hyber.
8 seconds. I have 2 shots.
Shot me
You
once.
need help on Aiba.
No, it's fine.
Diplomat, watch for
2
you.
seconds.
Inside.
Or not.
I will
Go back,
point,
go back.
I will push Diplomat.
Nice. Nice.
Put a shot.
Good
I'm
job.
pushing 50B. I'm gonna spot the Udes.
Let's go.
He's -2.
Spoink. Udes is spotted. -4.
I have 1 shell only.
Nice.
Spoink bait him. I'll finish him. 6 seconds.
He's reloading.
Okay, 3, 2,
But-
1. I finish.
I'm reloading. Nice.
Nice, good job.
Well done.
Dobra.
Good job, guys.
Ut.
And there
Good to
we
hear some
have it.
encouragement words from the desert.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Good job, boys.
I
And
like
look at that, the counting from
When
Milos as
3,
well.
2, 1 finish, and then he has one more second
Yeah,
to go.
still to go. it's like, okay, go on, Milos, you teasing us? But yeah, really,
Impressive
really
round.
impressive push there from Oops. I mean, it was an Emil 2 and an E100, both blink of an eye. Like how quickly theirs went was frightening.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the push, and I did say if Piotr doesn't spot them out on time, but he saw them on the gap. It's the earliest time he can see them, and it's what happened before. It's how a lot of teams have countered the defense like this. It's happened on multiple regions. I think it's even happened in the EU, but I remember vividly from watching it on CIS as well. You push down into that corner. Stefan, who grabbed the reload, was like, rip.
Yeah.
He didn't expect, what Stefan didn't expect was those 50Bs to come through the way they did, I guess, because Piotr is normally spotting if they come, and he didn't see them because they drove straight into that little courtyard. And you can see that the 350Bs from Oops making names. Kamil, Melan, Silans, nice.
Melan getting out, Nexus getting out 2 clips there as well.
Yeah, but he
Top
survived
damage.
very long. Isna even getting 2.2.
And the Udes.
Is a well counter from Oops.
It was very nicely played.
It was
I mean,
very
you
well
had-
played out.
You had the Emil above, like kind of like baiting out Stefan.
Well, even if Stefan had like 1 or 2 shots, it wouldn't have made a difference because they completely catched the Kranwagen. He was dead no matter what. Piotr couldn't do anything about it, and then the E100, they couldn't really do anything about that either because even if the E100 survives, Insane would come from the top part and shoot him from the side. So there is...
Yep, it's true. I mean, Haiba taking a huge amount of damage there as well, barely getting any damage in return. And Stefan, well, he got a shot onto the E100 in the center of the base, but I mean that was more or less a bait from Oops at the moment, and Stefan was just caught unaware.
Yeah, Stefan was completely caught off guard there in that position. That was, even Durs was caught off guard as well. There was no winning after that play from Oops. It was just a well instrumented play. They did the right moves. The 50Bs didn't get spotted into going into the position. That's why sometimes teams send the batch through there. Like you saw, was it Utopia? Yeah, you saw Utopia do that. You saw them send a batch through there to spot. Then he would have spotted all of this, but he would have died. They would have died to the 50Bs here, I think, just about. And the fact they didn't spot that really costed them a lot.
Yeah, yep. So 1-1, all square. We're now going to go on to Cliff.
Cliff. For me, it's always... I've never been such a fan of Kasna Crew on Cliff. They just don't seem to work out so well.
The thing is they start great. Everything looks like it's going really cool.
Like, remember season finals?
And then boom! Like, it's like you turn away and you turn back, and you're just like, they've lost 2 tanks. Like, they're all taking damage. Like, they had like, what happened? Whoa!
Well, let's see if they... remember, Oops last time had a great play with boosting Spoink up as well, so perhaps if they're defending first, which they are not, we might see that on the defensive round from Oops. where they boosted that batch. That was great stuff. But Kazna crew here, standard lineup. I mean, 5 batches, TVP, T49 is what we expect. Oops, though, double tier 9, batchat, and a TVP. Interesting that there's no RT here from Oops. You know, we have seen Insane play that on multiple occasions. We have seen it work, as in RT working, but the rest of the team failing.
I was going to say, with a TVP in the lineup, pretty much guaranteed it's going to be male and on that TVP as well.
It
He really,
should be.
he really loves that tank.
I think he enjoys it by far more than he enjoys the batchat. Because the batchat can troll you sometimes with the gun, like it really can.
Is that something that's, you know, a personal preference, or something where, you know, is it worth taking a batchat or TVP over a batchat?
It depends on the tactic, you know. If you can fit in a TVP, then you just fit it in. If it doesn't cost you, but if the tactic requires all batchats, then you go with all batchats.
Okay, well, your thoughts on this one then, Daki?
I think Kazna crew should just about be able to hold on the defense on Cliff. It's the only side they've picked up any wins so far. So if they're going to pick it up on any side, it's going to be on the defensive side. And for Oops, I don't know, this looks very aggressive almost. Probably it's not, but the lineup looks aggressive. So Kasna might be, you know, going passive for sure. It's probably going to be like split from Oops, like a tier 9 batchat spotting 1-2 line, then a TVP climbing in the back, a batchat spotting the middle, such, and then some climbs, and then try and make a decision from that point on. Because with a TVP, I don't see them just YOLO in, you know?
Yep, indeed. So 1-1, hard to predict right now. I mean, Kasna won that first one. Oops, bringing back on the second round there on Ghost Town. I mean, it could potentially go 1-1 all the way, but let's find out, because we're going to go to Cliff. Who's going to go 2-1? Well, there's one way to find out. Okay, now Oops on the attack and Kazna crew on the defense, and there is a substitution, you noticed, Daki.
Yes, Silans stepping out of the lineup here, the Dead Zone making his entrance for Oops in this match, and
Oh, it looks like a reset.
it looks like a reset.
Okay, so it's been a night of gremlins.
Feels bad, man.
Feels weenus.
Why did we reset? Everybody was in game.
Everyone was in game, everything was good to go, but then it was Oops who all spun around for whatever reason. Nobody had spotted each other, so they do have the potential for a reset. If there was any spots, then not play on for whatever the reason is. There was a disconnection, it seems to be, from a player on one of the teams. So hopefully that player can get reconnected, and then we can get back into the action. Now, Daki, after Cliff, we're going to go to Mines and Steps, and Steps
Slow
again,
Mines.
tiebreaker.
I mean, Mines, I really don't think Oops is going to go for that Eastern play once more. I really think they should play it passive, hopefully.
Do you think Oops will make the climb? I mean, really, Spoink in the team should be able to do it.
But when we saw them do it, it was always double climb with like TVPs going towards the east and start trying to catch out people. And I don't think they're going to be using that anymore whatsoever.
No?
No.
Do you think either team has the potential to do any kind of surprise picks or tactics?
No, I think Kasna on the attack will just go with their IS-4 because it seemed to work out pretty well for them with like moving them towards the eastern side, and he starts side scraping there, moving on and on. The only thing that can balance him pretty much is artillery. You know, if you camp too hard.
Yep. Artillery will punish you for camping too hard. It's a fair and balanced system at the moment. And when artillery hits you, well, great play to the artillery for doing so. It's always a nice shot. You've always got to commend artillery for doing that, especially if they wreck you from far away when you can't do any damage back to them. Now, we've not seen Runeberg at all this evening, Daki. I was hoping to see some perhaps variations of the blocking shield on bases.
I don't think we'll be seeing Runeberg for a bit until teams figure out new things.
No?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not been at all. It's been pretty much the same map pool today. The only difference here, yeah.
No Muravanka
not
either.
a lot. Muravanka not being used, yeah. Not a lot of. I mean, Muravanka's becoming a bit static as well with tactics. It's been a bit same old each time. It's usually always something around one. Pretty much never anyone trying to do some kind of specific tactic around the base near the forest.
Yeah, Muravanka, not my most favorite map.
Not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea.
If you could have another map in game, what would you like to see in rotation?
There's not that many great options to make like double cap on. Actually, very little options.
Well, if you had, well, I mean, obviously they're going to move the bases as well. So to move the bases as well, I mean, Fjord right off the list straight away, like no chance.
Kharkov off the list, Stalingrad off the list, Sand River off the list, Ensk off the list. So, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Ask me this question next broadcast and I will have an answer for you.
If you could remove a map from the current pool, which one would it be?
Runeberg.
Runeberg over Muravanka.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Right. Well, it looks like everything's ready to go here, folks. So let's jump into... No, not quite yet. There's still quite some issues at the moment. Now, it's difficult to always kind of listen to what's happening at the moment when we are having a discussion. So apologies for trying to jump ahead there, ladies and gentlemen. The connection issue has been fixed, so we can get back into things just momentarily. Who do you think is going to take it, Daki?
I'm still going to have to give it to... I'm giving the first round to Kasna crew because they are defending on Cliff. So they should realistically always pick up their defense. It's their best side, so should be good.
Well, things were going okay, but we've had yet another restart. Out of our control, I'm afraid. We kind of can't do anything. We're just purely waiting on everyone to be ready and things to work behind the scenes, and we're kind of at the mercy of that. Such is the joys of live production. Yay! Okay, so back to the conversation. You would take out Runeberg.
Yeah, it's just such an annoying map to play on.
You don't like it at all?
Nah, it's just too defensive. Almost, it's just not. It's just not. It's not fun. It's not fun.
I like it. I think you get the variation of tactics. We've seen teams try to do different block tactics, shield tactics over on the North Cap. It's something that are at least like, oh, we could get something new here, you know. Whereas like Muravanka, it's like, Muravanka, what can we get? In a way, it's like Cliff. I mean, Cliff is exciting because it can be over really quickly, but Cliff is like, okay, we're going to get a Cliff. Well, we're going to get 5 Batchats and we're going to get 2 other tanks.
I like Cliff.
No other map is...
It's very... The lineup is not dynamic, but the way it's played is very different every single time almost. Well, except for defending. Attacker can always try something different approaches. It's dynamic because of the amount of shells each team has left, the amount of damage they've done. No round is ever exactly the same.
Okay, that's a fair point. I mean, there is the risk of Cliff as well on falling apples. We're about to start getting some monuments on Ghost Town as well for the amount of times that teams have dropped off.
I heard the ramps were being removed.
Remove the ramps, yeah, make it easier for everyone. I mean, you have the map Overlord as well, where they're raising the beach. That could be a potential function. But hey, look, we have a game, Daki.
Yeah, we do have a game indeed, and the bad shots from Oops all moving up, so perhaps they're going for that aggressive start. After all, I mean, with the double tier 9 bad shot, it is one of your potential picks to decide to go super aggressive, and perhaps they're going to swing around, like go through the city, then swing over and just rush the middle and have a good old-fashioned brawl in the center.
Okay, they're running round the back.
And it's going to be exactly that, Ryan.
Off the hill, but now they're turning up. They're going for it.
There's no stopping, and Kasna is going aggressive as well.
Could get singled out here, though. They're going to run into all the guns. Can they focus tanks out at the moment? There's the trade shots coming out at the moment. Haiba taking the first amount of damage here. So is Vetso. He's managed to get himself safe at the moment, though. In return, Spoink and Insane are the only ones taking damage on Oops. Now, Theirs is also taking damage. Dead Zone is the first one focused down. He's dead into the tier 9 Batcha. Decha's now taking damage as well. Nobody dead for Kazna yet. Diplomat in the crossfire here on the hill, shooting right down into the tanks of Oops.
This is going to be a slaughter for the tanks of Oops. They're surrounded left, right, and center. They decided to stop when Kazna crew pushed through, and that was a mistake. And then the Dead Zone, no idea what he was doing, just playing on that slope, getting focused out for no apparent reason. You can see his wreck there on the right. There's no point for him to even be there. After his entire team backed off, Piotr now trading badly as well. Oops is trying to make it closer, but there's 7 tanks alive from Kazna crew.
And look at that from Diplomat coming straight in there to shield his teammates so he can reload and survive. Stefan backs off round the corner there onto one of the climbs. Now, Oops still have tanks alive, but not really because Diplomat's on cleanup duty. Melan drops. Oops only have 4 guns available to the 7 of Kazna crew. Haiba still surviving there on 44 health, but now Yizny goes down. At the same time, Stefan gets a kill on Spoink. Oops have only 2 tanks left. It's Milos and Camille, and there is no way they're going to survive this one.
No, they're not surviving this one, that's for sure. Milos can't even get on Piotr. There's not coming around the corner, pretty much full HP. That's one. Not as good going for the second one, and Oops. They didn't seem to expect Kazna going the aggressive themselves, and they just stopped. They all just stopped and tried to shoot down, but they didn't kill Vetso. If they killed him, would have been worth it, but they didn't.
Yep, at the start there was an overmatch where all of Oops could have focused on 3 tanks from Kazna, but they didn't do it. They did Camille trying to climb there to get away. But look at this, look at the wolf pack there of Kazna coming round to finish off Camille. And there we have it, over in the blink of an eye, roughly about 3 minutes, an old-fashioned gunfight on Cliff.
Now, if they killed Vetso in the crossing, they would have been all Gucci, right? All good, boys. But they didn't. He survived on way too much HP, so it's interesting that he did survive. It's almost better for Oops to just continue pushing, catch out the guys that were on the other side, because there was Diplomat there, kill him and just keep going. And then when they stop, the dead zone's like playing on the slope. He's like in the open for 3 tanks. He's like moving backwards, forwards, and then all of a sudden, like, he's dead. Well, what do you expect when you sit on the side open for 4 tanks, and then the rest of the team didn't fare much better?
He was one of the highest profile tanks there, and an easy shot for a lot of them, so they just quickly focused him down. Now let's have a look at the stats here and see how much damage was done and who from.
Stefan there with a nice amount of damage, getting 2 clips off a kill. Haiba coming in as well with a decent amount. Diplomat from the top, we saw him peek over, do crucial amount of damage. Kamil, Milos and Melan, the first 3 players here for Oops, and then Piotr for Kasna. I mean, only Stefan really to point out here, 3.3k damage in such a quick round. That is very important. He is the crucial player. If you notice, there is no Nexus in this lineup.
No Nexus. So he was swapped out for someone at some point. I think it was Yizne stepped in for him. Perhaps that might have been where the problems were at the start. I mean, we did have 2 restarts there on Cliff. It's very unusual to have 2 resets in a row like that.
Yeah, perhaps he was lagging or such. You can see there, Spoink, Deja, Spoink, Insane, and then the dead zone really was in a really terrible position. I mean, you have to sometimes say it as it is, but it was the entire team that stopped, so there's that to take into account as well. Perhaps it was a call to stop and shoot, but then they needed to kill the first gun for sure, which didn't happen. Kazna crew then had the crossfire, made the correct plays. Piotr came from behind, Diplomat from the top, the guys from 1-2 line. It was just literally a crossfire. It was an actual dead zone in the middle, but you know, there's an actual dead zone in the middle.
You had tanks forward from Kasna, you had tanks
It's the one time you can actually use the dead zone. It was an actual dead zone.
Dead zone died in the dead zone. Well,
it was an actual dead zone. There was angles from everywhere. Kazna just shut them down. Oops did the worst thing, I think, was by stopping.
Push up, stop. If they carried on and gone round.
They carried on, they could have catched Diplomat at least and played from there on, perhaps. But like stopping, it just gave Kasna crew every single angle they could have possibly wanted.
Yep. Unfortunate there for Oops. Now let's have a look at the lineups going into round 2 and what's going to be with the 5 back chats from each team.
Yeah, with 6 for Kazna with an M40-43, which is going to be played by Diplomat.
Oh, this could be very punishing.
So Oops here with 5 batch shots. Sorry, I can't count. And a TVP and a T49 on the defense. I think they should be able to hold on. I don't think they're just going to play passive though. I mean, playing against Arthi, you kind of have to take the 1-2 line.
I think this is a personal preference thing for Meland. He just wanting the TVP over the bat chat. Well, let's jump into round 2 here on Cliff. Hopefully everything will go smoothly this time, and it looks like it. We are going to get a battle without any restarts, which is good. And Oops, red team defending against Kasna crew, blue attacking. I said crew again. Where's that coming from? No, I nearly said clue.
So you can see Kasna crew here with a lot of bat shots going here to retake 1-2 line, because they know as well that there's the potential here for the tanks from Oops to go there. Oops will have just about an equal amount though, and it's 4 versus 5 with quick rotation coming in from Insane if they need it. Vetso is the only one in the middle, and this is not going to be ideal, I think, for Kasna crew either.
There's a substitution here for Kasna crew once again. As in the lineup, we see Walla.
There's a substitution as well for the side of Oops, as the dead zone is out and Silons is in.
Okay, so both teams saying exactly as they said in the interviews, they are going to continue to rotate players, they are going to continue to change things up depending on the maps and depending on the tactics.
Oh, Decha needs to be careful for Diplomat. Oh, but there comes the 1-2 line push. Let's see the timing. Spoink should be able to see it, though. Insane and such are here as well. Oh, they're trying to climb. There comes the 1-2 line push. That's about to happen.
Milosh can give them some vital information. Say, guys, break, break, break. There's going to be a push coming in right now. Now, can Oops get the focus fire into Kazna? Insane is singled out. He's separated from the rest as Ders and Stefan push into him. But look at these shots coming back in from Oops. Insane has been dropped. Kazna crew's taking damage across the board, but they still have all their tanks available. Oops have now lost Milosh as well. Let's have a listen into the Kazna crew and see exactly what's going through their minds.
Skoda next.
Skoda minus 3.
Silence is one on me.
Skoda minus 3. I'm aiming point 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Still aiming point. 3 seconds. He will went in safe. I can't shoot point.
How much is silence fire?
One not me, one not me.
Play slow with Ati now.
Can't play slow now.
I'm aiming from.
Ja, dann go. Dabei, was soll er go?
Let's go together.
Oh, this guy is on reload. Aim this one, Diplo.
Aim from, yes.
Both of you need to peek
He's
from
in
left.
safe. He's in
Skoda is
safe.
Yeah,
two shot.
we will.
Skoda is two shot, I think.
He's still reloading, isn't he?
Yeah, Skoda's.
Yeah,
Go kill him, then, go kill
is still
him.
reloading.
Ignore him, go forward. Try to catch the Skoda or the 49.
I'm reloading, mid. I got spotted.
Skoda -2.
30
Nice.
seconds.
Nice.
Spawn get shots now, -1.
Silence coming.
What, you missed twice, Diplo, when everyone was spotted? Oh.
Well, that was just like we were saying about Kasna crew. They look like everything's in control, and then it goes against them.
Well, this 1-2 line counter push from them. They ran into too many guns as well from Oops. We saw there was 4 available for them there. Insane survived for a long time. And then the rest of the guns were there pretty quickly as well. Mayland and such came through, rushing through the middle. They were there in a matter of 5 to 10 seconds. And it just wasn't, you know, it just wasn't enough for Kasna to, like, because they're always going to be in the lower area. Durs was the one to come up, but he didn't last very long. And then when the guns come on from Oops, they had the upper area still, they had the lower side. There was a crossfire. Diplomat did not have an effect whatsoever into this round. If he would have one-shotted somebody, for example, then it would have been a different game. But now I think he didn't hit anything. Maybe 200 damage, maybe 0.
Yeah, maybe just a splash. There was no big connections really coming in from artillery. Now, 2-2 all squared. We're going to go to mines. We still have steps to play after that. Mines could be quite interesting.
Yeah, mines, it's going to be a slow one, I think. But before we talk about mines,
Let's have a look at the stats. Yes, indeed. Now, top damage coming out here. It is Spoink, the mountain goat, who was hugging that top area for quite a long time. Silence picked up 5 kills, though.
yes, Silence with 5 kills coming in. Well, he came in later because he was one of the tanks that wasn't there, so he cleaned up everything pretty much. He came in, got the one-shots, got out, reloaded, got some more tanks as well. Stefan there doing a decent amount of damage. Decha, again, getting his clip out as well. Haiba getting his clip out, although 7 shots, a little bit more than the clip, but 2 kills, so, you know, still, every shot counted pretty much. Milosh getting 4. Mayland, doing just about enough. Diplomat 0. Wale.
Why
0.
don't you? Yeah.
I didn't see where he played. I don't see what happened.
He was on the bottom with the 4 Batchats that came running around the corner. I guess he was perhaps one of the first ones focused, and he got stuck on the hill in the crossfire when they pushed up that hill into the middle area. I mean, he didn't even get a shot out, so something must have happened really quickly to him.
Yeah.
Where he wasn't in a position to shoot back, or just one of those situations where if he tries to turn his turret one way, somebody shoots him. He tries to turn his turret the other way, the other person on the other side shoots him.
Interesting that both these teams are subbing this much in a high caliber match. I mean, Oops versus Kazna, it is considered a high caliber match this season. Both these teams going for subs and subs and subs. Nexus not being here is obviously vital. Last time they didn't have him, I think they lost. So
Yep. I mean, Mines is like Cliff. It can go really quickly, or it can get dragged out right till the dying seconds of the map.
it's going to be slow, honestly. And Oops is defending first, so I'm expecting some passive liner. I really don't. I mean, we have teams starting to go back towards the middle to overtake it because then the attackers really just not used to it anymore to have a fight in the middle at this point in the meta, because they're usually, you know, okay, we take the middle hill. What do we do after that? They don't really think about what if we have to fight for the hill.
Yeah, but we've seen some teams go hyper aggressive recently on Mines
And it works.
for that middle hill area. Kasna potentially could do it here. We have seen Kasna do it before. We know when Oops play attack, they tend to play it slowly. They don't tend to rush in at all. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, can Oops change it up? Can they go hyper-aggressive, or are they just going to play the slow, controlled method that they usually play?
I think they're going to play slow, but I also think Kazna crew is going to play it standard. Like they're 1-1-3, IS-4, 1 or 2 bat shots, TVP, Skoda, maybe turn 9 bat shot, maybe RT even, T-Raid RT, one of those things. And then from the lineup from Oops, a heavy, Grilla, 2 bat shots, so on, maybe a TVP here or there.
Well, let's have a look at the lineups and see the vehicles being used here for round 1 on Mines. I'd quite like to see teams go hyper-aggressive here. Nothing immediately jumps out to me here, Daki, as unusual.
I mean, I got the Kazna crew lineup, right?
Yep, well done, Daki. It's almost like you were looking at my screen.
Your screen?
I said almost like you were looking at the screen.
Almost. No, they just play that IS-4 every time now. It's like they've played it, I think, 2 or 3 times at this point in time.
Be high but on it, yeah.
Yeah. You've seen them play it over and over. It's like the same thing from Kazna crew time and time again. But this Oops lineup, it's also looking like a passive one. Like E100, it's not really good towards the hill.
Yeah, I mean, E100 sits under that hill. There's no artillery to shift them out there from
The IS-4 will be trying to play against them.
Let's see if he can do it, because we're ready to go here on Mines. It's all square. Who's going to win this one?
Mines, a small summertime map with lots of hills, rocks and other cover. The teams start the battle in the usual locations, but the base locations are different. One is located in the bottom part of the village and the other one is in the water. One of the key objectives is the center hill. That's why the teams will often select fast vehicles and tanks with strong turrets for cover.
Okay, and already we can see the push here. Kasna crew, blue team attacking, Oops, red team defending. Can Stefan make this? Call me Piotr already getting clipped out in the middle here, Daki. He's gone through the middle area and he's taken 12,000 damage.
12,000 damage onto Piotr.
Yes, I can't count.
But the fight continues in the middle. Insane here. A little bit in no man's land trying to hold off in his Batcha. Now Decha in the Kranwagen pushing up as well. Do keep in mind there's no RT available for the side of Kazna crew, so Insane should be able to leave at one point. Stefan will be trying to kill him though.
Stefan coming around, clipping out into Insane side on. Insane has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide at the moment. He goes down in a ball of fire as Milos now comes round in the E100 to start blocking shots for his team. Deadzone wants to sneak round beside them, but look at this, we have Camille round the back, he's able to get shots in as well.
Yeah, but he's pretty dead. He got clipped already, and now the lineup pushing onto the hill. The Deadzone's the first one to get focused. Small guns for Kasna, Oops here. Spoiling goes down. Deadzone will follow. This push is falling to pieces.
So we did see an aggressive push there from Oops, but after Call Me Piotr getting absolutely pummeled, Call Me a punching bag, he still survives. He's on the hill. Oops have tried to reclaim the hill and they have failed badly in doing so.
There's lots to talk about after this round. Milos trying to do what he can, but in an E100, Milad might get 1 or 2 more shots. He actually misses onto Call Me Piotr, and this will be the beginning of the end for the Oops lineup as Kazna crew come in to close the fence.
Stefan and Ders coming round, getting the kills on the remaining tanks. Camille is the only person that's left. 1 T49 left against 6 tanks of Kazna crew. 7,000 HP still on the board. This has been an absolute stomp from Kazna crew.
Yeah, there's lots to talk about here because that wasn't really that great whatsoever. There's actually bounce. Stefan picks it up. But yeah, 3-2 in favor of Kazna crew. Could see there, I think 3 of the tanks from Oops had small guns. The 3 bad shots they had all small guns, so Piotr got wrecked in the beginning. But afterwards, you can't counter push the hill with that, especially if you leave Insane behind. Like, the left Insane at the rock, and then Kazna crew set up the crossfire and took the hill. If you want to play with small guns, you have to rush the hill immediately, take it, don't stop. They stopped. Yeah. They stopped again. They stopped at the hill to shoot Piotr. They should have still kept going, which they didn't. And then you can't counter push against bad shots with big guns when you have small guns. It just doesn't really work out in your favor when the crossfire is there, E100 or not.
It's the size that matters, folks, and this time it wasn't in Oops' favor. Let's have a look at the stats and see where the damage came from that time. How much did Call Me Piotr do from surviving? Well, he didn't get on the front page, but Nexus wrecking there in the TVP from that position where Mayland usually sits at, being able to do a truck ton of damage. Mayland was on the grill there, trying to do as much damage as he could, but I mean, 5 players from Kazna crew all on the front page.
I'm not sure if Spoink had a small gun, but I'm fairly certain the dead zone and
Dead
Insane
Zone
had
definitely had
Insane
the
had
small
it
gun
as
because
well.
he had more
Yes,
shots. You
Insane
can
had
see
it as
that.
well. I didn't see Spoink, but I don't know if he had it because he did 434 damage in one shot, so he probably had the big gun. But yeah, if you want to take the hill like that, you have to rush it with the small guns. You can't stop.
Because that's the whole point of having the small guns is you get on the hill first
before the
and
reload.
you can reload and then you can clip into
Because
the
they
back
aren't
shots, yeah.
reloaded. By the time you get up the hill, they don't have reload available to them.
But Kasna crew are really smart in the fact that they split at least 2 tanks off to the left instead of going up the hill, and then they could just focus fire on the Oops
If
tanks
Oops
trying
rushes
to
on
climb
the
up.
hill, they lose like a bad shot almost in HP, but would have been able to kill at least 1 or 2 bad shots in return. So I don't know. I don't understand why they stopped. I think if you play a tactic like that, you have to commit full stop and no regrets. No regret.
I think they were maybe put off by the crossfire, thinking that only Piotr was the only one up on the hill. But I mean, Kasna could do the climb. You know,
the climb.
Yeah.
They should know there's always going to be a climber coming out from Kazna crew. They needed to take the hill. They didn't take the hill. They got slaughtered in
it
the
was.
entrance.
Yeah, pretty much. That was perfect.
That was it. They just got. They drove into the entrance after being reloaded with small guns. Dead Zone wrecked instantly. Spoink wrecked instantly. Milosh in between 3 guys.
Yeah, it was.
Why are you laughing with that?
Because I was going to say something that wouldn't have been appropriate. Yeah, it was a bit of a... He was getting hit from all angles, so unfortunate for Milosh there. The E100 can take a beating, and no matter which way he
It
faced...
doesn't matter if you can take a beating if the rest of your team's already dead and waiting for the next game to start.
I mean, I wanted to highlight the fact that Call Me Piotr had a damaged engine, but I couldn't even get to that point
I think if they
because there was
rushed
so
the hill,
much going on around
I think
it.
if they rushed the hill, Piotr would have died instantly and they would have had a nice advantage, actually.
Them's the breaks. Now let's have a look at the lineups for round 2 here on Mines. Are Kasna crew going to go 4-2 up, or are Oops going to bring it back to 3-3? Double TVP coming out of Oops this time, Daki.
Double TVP here. Can shut down the climb, can shut down anybody coming on the hill. Tier 9 bad, double tier 10 bad, Kranwagen T10, Kazna crew with the IS-4 looking probably to be a little bit more passive. At least that's what it looks like to me. This lineup really isn't made to rush the hill with the Grille, with the Kran, with the IS-4, with only 2 bad shots, a TVP and an RT. I think they'll be sitting passively for most of the game.
And there is a rotation again for Kasna crew. We can see that in just a second. So Oops attacking on the red side, Kasna crew defending on the blue side, and Vala is back in here for Kasna crew.
Yeah, Vala back in there for Kazna crew, and for Oops, no Mayland now.
No Mayland or the TVP as well, and they're attacking. This is unusual.
Interesting. Let's see how they do without Mayland. There's crossing over to the island. He should be fine. He should maybe take some damage. He gets ammo rack. That's annoying. That's the repair kit wasted for him. Has to use it. Does it instantly. That is what is supposed to happen. They should have possibly gotten more damage, but you know, it's a small victory. It's something.
It's something. I mean, it does knock back that initial reload
And
as well.
Vala's back here on the position which he had with the IS-7.
With a... Yeah.
Last time they had an IS-7 and a mouse here, if you remember.
Oh. No, that's going to be the rock. That's nothing but rock there. Diplomat. Now, can Diplomat have a big game here, Daki? He kind of needs to have a big game, really, doesn't he?
Well, probably he won't, actually, from the positions his teammates have chosen, from the positions Vala is in the Kranwagen.
It seems to be Vetso that Vala's in for here. He's normally part of the lineup.
Insane took a shot there from Vala. Kind of tells the lineup of Oops, well, boys, they got a Kranwagen up here. Milosh will find him very soon.
Milosh peeking around here. In the background, you can hear someone that says like blind firing somewhere. Launch just slowly edging his way up onto the hill in the TVP. Nicely done, sir.
Ooh,
Decha getting connected on there, I guess, by a gorilla.
Nexus. Nexus was the one.
Right in the face, as you can see, Nexus on the reload there. And Decha's not going to peek so eagerly next time.
Well, Milosh has pushed Vala back a little bit, but it's just still not enough for Oops. They're already losing a lot of time here, 2 minutes. They somehow need to take out this Kranwagen out of the equation. Insane. Oof. Felt like that should have connected.
Yeah, maybe just snapped his turret away at the wrong second there. He had what looked like a side-on shot because Vala would have been aiming at Milos. Now, Spoink has not moved at all since going into that area. Diplomat's thinking about Splash. If Spoink moves back even an inch, Diplomat might take the shot.
Well, the Batchat's going to cross over now. It's Camille that's going to make the crossing. This is what I talked about last time. I think if a Batchat crosses here and gets all the way to C0, he can really be nasty towards that IS-4 in the Kranwagen.
Camille gets himself spotted and then drives off. Spoink still not shifting. I mean, he's been proxy spotted at the moment by a tank below him.
You see them backing off. You see Vala and Haiba backing off. I think they realize the same thing. I think if a Batchat gets to D0, they just get shot on the side of the turret over and over and over again. So they're choosing to back off. They're choosing to take the 3 minutes of time they've gained by holding that position. And they're going to back off now. And they're going to be like, okay, we kind of got what we wanted.
Spoink not shifting here from the entrance to one of the mines where the map gets its name from. Now, Dare's holding position here, dead zone opposite him. Decha in that middle crossfire area where Mayland would normally sit. Call me Piotr down bottom. Vala and Haiba just backing off round this corner. Silence is still proxy spotted, but Spoink is still proxy spotted. But I guess the minute he's not, he's going to be shifting out of that area quite quickly. Would Diplomat take a blind shot then, Daki?
Maybe. Probably would. But let's see what Oops is going to go for here now, because Camille's going to make the climb on A8.
Oh, he's aiming towards where the dead zone is.
Ooh, he shot!
Oh, 417, blind shot. Dead zone was not spotted, and he has a dead gunner now. Not good.
Nice timing there from Diplomat, coordinating with Durs. Durs saying, I'm spotted. Diplomat instantly clicking the shot away, because that's the only indicator Durs has that the dead zone is close to the bush. Could have been devastating.
Yep, it could have absolutely wrecked him. Could have been a really fantastic one-shot. Because dead zone wasn't spotted, so that would have been great communication between Dares and Diplomat. I mean, it was great communication between Dares and Diplomat. They did get a shot onto the dead zone, but they'll not really know that.
There's a nice amount of crossfire here available for Kazna crew. Piotr from G7, Stefan from H7. They're going to go for the 1-2 line push. Oops, that's what it's looking like. They look like they want to possibly make the rotation through there. You can see Silence. It will be dead zone first, because the tier 9 Batchat at this point is redundant. He has a dead gunner. Becomes pretty useless, almost, is fair to say. So if he drives down first and he dies, and Spoink and Silence get across for free, but that's what they call a trade.
I wondered what that was.
Samosa.
Samosa. They're everywhere. Camille way up
Insane
high.
just needs to make sure he doesn't get spotted as first one, because if he does, that gives away so much information. Wait, they're backing off? They're going to go behind. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
They're taking speed. They're taking speed.
Is this going to work, Daki?
Maybe. They need to sacrifice the dead zone, though.
The dead zone's not going to go first.
He has
Spoink
to.
has just killed any speed that he did have.
I think the dead zone really needs to go first here, because he has a dead gunner.
Camille, I mean, it's very passive from Kasna, but they don't need to do anything. They're the defending team. They can happily just sit and wait until they get vision on someone from Oops.
I don't understand why Spoink is going
Spoink in
first.
dead zone here, and imagine they're going to skip past dead zone to want to shoot at Spoink, because they're going to want the tier 10 out of the way rather than the tier 9. Shots coming in, one connects onto Spoink. Crossfire, they're going towards the dead zone. Spoink's going to get across safe. Dead zone's going to get across only 1 damage. Silence is going in a lower road, but he takes 2 shots on the crossfire as well. In the meantime, Nexus takes a shot back, but I mean, Oops have got a position, but they've taken damage. In the meantime, Spoink now gets tracked by Dares. Dares can clip into him. Spoink now in a 1-shot. Dares goes down to silence, though. That was the crossfire coming in there. Now Insane's on the cap, and what can Kasna do in return to this?
Probably not much. Milos takes the big hit in his Kranwagen from the Gorilla, but they have cap pressure, they have Insane, and the RT would need to move over now. If they can spot him, if they can spot Diplomat before he gets into position, it's going to be very crucial, and still Camille is holding the middle rotation.
Camille stopping anyone coming round the other side and be able to give vision. There's Diplomat moving exactly as you said, Daki. As the dead zone's taking another shot there in his tier 9 Batchat, he's not able to really give return fire. He has a dead gunner, so it's going to make any kind of accuracy shots really not great for him, but he might be able to do something.
But Diplomats will be able to reset the cap, and that will be enough. I mean, he's looking up for the angle now, and all he needs is a spot.
There's a shot coming out from something there, but no connection, no damage done. Now he knows roughly where Insane's going to be. Will he connect?
He should.
There's
Oh, he
no
needs
vision
a spot
yet.
still.
He
So
needs a spot still.
Piotr's going to wait because he's spotted. That's obvious. Piotr is spotted, so he needs to wait for this spot and then peek through the bushes. Or they're just going to send Haiba in the IS-4. That works just as well.
Haiba is going to face check it.
Insane's dead.
Insane, I mean, what's his health at the moment? 1393. Will it be a full connection?
He left the cap. That's
He
smart,
left the
but
cap.
time is an issue.
If Diplomat tries to move a little bit further over, it would connect him with the rock. So that was a bit cheeky. I mean, Kasna crew have the HP advantage here. Nearly 2k HP more than Oops, but they are down a tank. So there is an extra gun in the game. And they have artillery as well. So realistically, it's 5-on-7 at the moment.
Well, Milos has taken the hill now, so that's a little bit of an advantage. He might be able to even see towards Diplomat. Camille's coming from behind. I hope he doesn't do the zero-line climb, but just goes. That's good. He's going to go from behind. He might get Nexus here, but Nexus should give him at least 1 or 2 shots before he comes close.
Whoa, huge shot in the face there from Nexus 782 as Camille comes driving down. Now, Komi Piotr gets shot actually in return. 2 shots actually going into Komi Piotr as another one comes out into Camille there from Vala in the Kramwagen. Vala misses his second shot. Milos is looking for someone to shoot at the moment. Stefan's taking damage. Camille's taking damage. So is Insane for Oops at the moment. Oops are taking a truck ton. So is Kasna, but it's not going in Oops' favour. Kasna still have all their guns in the game. They're taking damage, but they have the HP to trade at the moment with Oops.
Oops is going down in this round. I mean, they lose Insane. They're going to lose Dechas on reload. Yes, they've done a lot of damage. Yes, but it's not going to be enough because Nexus is now going to come over and finish Camille.
Nexus then comes over, gets the kill on Camille. All we have left is Decha, Seal, and Spons in the dead zone. Only 20 seconds left in this match. Oops are on attack. Unless they do something miraculous and kill the tanks from Kazna, they're going to lose this one as Kazna can successfully run out the clock and win this defensively, which means Kazna are going to be on match point as we get ready to go to Steps, which is going to be our 4th map of the day.
Yeah, Piotr, they're getting a little bit of greedy spoon getting the better of him in the end, but doesn't matter. Kazna put himself here 4-2 after that lost round from Oops on the defense. I don't know why they feel the need to keep constantly going aggressive when they're defending this attacking round. It was well structured, but Camille really should have left that position a lot earlier. I feel like he wasn't really useful throughout the entire push. I know he can shoot the middle rotation and such, but Kazna, you saw what they did, just put the IS-4 to spot the cap, and that was more than enough.
Yep, they kind of ran out of tricks to do really in that end. They'd already taken a lot of damage before they committed to the push. A lot of the cap tactics that teams do depend on having HP to trade in those situations or to be able to bait in the attacking team, or defending team, sorry, to fight them, and just wasn't really, not really Oops' day today, is it?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Let's have a look at the stats here. It was Nexus doing top damage in the Gorilla, 3.4 and picking up 3 kills. So certainly MVP of that round for his team.
Yeah, and then Decha, Silans, Durs, Boying, Stefan, Piotr in that order. Yeah, if Camille went off earlier, he could have done the zero-line climb, perhaps, and such and such and such. Because if he does that, then he can start shooting Nexus, he can spot the RT, kill the RT. I think it's almost better than the A8 climb, but that's also, you know, again, depending on the fact that, you know, there's nobody from Kazna crew coming towards the middle, because if they do, then they can flank around towards B1, shoot the capper from behind. So it's like you know, it's a double-sided thing.
Yeah, I mean, Dead Zone last place, not really a reflection of the skill of the player. I mean, he got hit earlier on by artillery, had a dead gunner, so then it's hard to come back from that when you're in a tier 9 with a dead gunner. It doesn't have fantastic long-range accuracy because of that. I mean, that's just them's the breaks. I mean, he was unfortunate. He was effectively blind-fired by artillery as well.
Yeah, so we are here now because obviously Ghost Town, both teams winning on the attack, then Cliff, both teams spending on the defense. Mines, Kazna crew picking up both, which puts us to steps in a 4-2 lead where Oops will be defending as first. It's going to be 4-3 and maybe 4-4, but I'd say 5-3 Kasna now.
It's going to be... You just gave all 3 potential results.
Huh? I said it's going to be 4-3, and then it might be 4-4, but I still think it's going to be 5-3 for Kasna. That's just one potential result, right?
Okay. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I predicted Oops earlier on. I predicted Isuba earlier on. And I said Utopia just to disagree with you. But last night, it's just not... I can't predict anything anymore. Other than the night before, which means that's why you're wearing that bow tie. Let's have a look at the lineups here for Steps. And we can see the vehicles being used.
So, 4 Batshots, 113 Kranwagen for Oops on the defense. And then Kasna crew coming out. FE215B on the attack. Now, this is interesting. We'll have to see how they're going to use that one, because obviously a little bit more of a slow, heavy tank. A little bit more TPM, a little bit weaker than most heavy tanks on the distance as well, because he can easily be shredded through if he gets spotted in a bad location. Turret is located very far towards the back. It is a pick that is going to be interesting to follow and see where he goes. We'll have to pay attention to it.
Okay, it will be interesting to see how it's been used. We have seen them used before here on Steps, and we were just about ready to jump into the battle, but sadly there's been a slight technical gremlin.
These restarts are killing me.
Restarts, restarts, restarts. It's been a long day.
Hashtag blame.
Wojtek.
Hashtag blame.
TDZ.
Hashtag blame Wojtek. Randall's going to be so proud of me.
Hashtag. Because you're doing the hashtag? It's not happening. It's not happening. Yes, restart. Steps. No, yes, Steps.
Yeah, we're still on step. The
tiebreaker,
map didn't change with the restart.
if it goes to tiebreaker, then it's going to be Steps again. How much will that affect?
We said
How
Kazna
much
crew
will that
hasn't.
affect Kazna?
Kazna crew hasn't played Steps. So how good are they going to be?
I have no idea.
They used to be pretty
But
good
they
on
could
it.
surprise us.
See, that always works. They were pretty good on it previously, like throughout the formats and such. But will they be good on it now? That is the question. And we have to see if Oops can do it. I mean, with Kazna crew not playing it, I'm changing it. It's going to be 4-4 tiebreaker. Oops win 5-4.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's jump into the action and find out, because the teams are ready and so are we. Kasna lead Oops 4-2. We're going to go to Steps. And here we go. All the tanks are moving, which is generally a good symbol for everything here. Oops, red side are defending. Kasna crew on the blue side are attacking. And there's Spoink already doing his usual mountain goating.
Yeah, nice form from Spoint there. He's quick, he's
Drifted
snappy, and he's going to get up very quickly. Uzna is probably going to go try and spot that out. Are they going to try and blind fire? Look at it, H. Are they going to try and blind fire? No. No, it looked like they stopped for a second. But Milosh here is going to be in a strong position with the 1-1-3 hold down. I don't know if this is a fight Kazna crew is going to be able to win against that 1-1-3 in that position over there. Decha's pushing forwards as well. They want to catch the lineup from Kazna crew before it comes close, and they've decided to turn around and get the heck out of there.
So, Kasna crew retreating. Now, that first area that Spoink got to, that's exactly where Safarchik got to when he turned and came down in the previous round to go hard. For whatever reason, the call was made for him to come back down. Which was crazy, because it, probably cost him that actual round for him not being up there to do easy cap resets. Kasna crew switching here, going for the middle Daki and using that road in the depression to mask their movement.
Yeah, he's not trying to check if somebody climbed on A2, but if he did, they wouldn't know about it right now. They'd have no idea that it's happened. The FE215 is going to be holding the southern side. He's going to be holding in H7. It's going to be interesting to see. Who's the Batcha backing him up there?
Vetso is spotted at the moment in that FV, so
It's Nexus, okay? Nexus is going to be
Mayland
holding
back
there.
in the team as well, Daki.
Yeah, Nexus has to be careful. He can be catched out, and so can Vetso. I mean, look at this Oops lineup. This is what I like. They could possibly catch out the FV215B and the bad shot if they do it right.
Okay, there's a shot potentially lining up onto Milos here. Are they going to shoot? Is he going to take it, Nexus?
He should, because he's going to get spotted soon anyways. I mean, when they start pushing across the K line. Oh no, they're actually backing off with most of the Kazna crew tanks.
Now, Insane is spotted.
Milos is running.
Kazna-
Nexus is going to clip now.
Kasna coming back, and he's going to clip out into Milos. Now, how many is he going to actually hit? He hits with the first one, misses with the second. Doesn't connect with the third. No, he holds it, but he takes 2 shots in return there.
Very lucky
Had
for
a dead
Milos.
driver. It looked like, nope. He had to damage something and immediately fixed it.
This is going good for Oops. You have to say it. It is as it is. Milos only taking 1. Nexus paying for 2. He's not going to be happy about that one. In the meantime, they forced again Kazna crew. The rotation comes out. Most of their tanks go back to support towards Vetso, towards Nexus, because they were afraid. And yeah, good stuff from Oops. Now rotating back away. They just have to be careful. The Kazna crew doesn't decide to counter push in the south. Camille needs to get out of there as well. He is doing that, exactly that, which is good, because obviously if tanks get spotted in the north, that would give Kazna crew the advantage to retake that eastern side and punish anybody over there.
And Camille does get spotted as he backs off, but he does it safe. Now, Insane spotted by Isni, who misses with his shot. He'll hang around there for potential another one because he's not spotted yet. And will he connect with it?
Isna should be running right here.
Isni does connect with the second shot, 220. Oh!
That was close.
Chose to move at the perfect time as 3 tracers just went through exactly where Isni was standing.
This is really good from Oops, actually, in a sense that they're dragging Kazna left, they're dragging Kazna right. Now Kazna rotating once more back north. Decha does take a shot in his Kranwagen. That was Isna again. Well played, Isna, well played. But in the meantime, Kazna crew have lost 4 minutes for no real positional gain. Yes, they still have Nexus over there and Vetso, but
Kazna crew get to the top of the map, and what do Oops do? They start to move south again. And what do Kazna do? They start to go south again as well. Cap started here by Isne, trying to force Oops into positional play. Isne getting just missed there from shots coming in over, and you can see right now where everyone is aiming, and nobody's aiming directly at Isne.
no, Isna is safe right now in that capture circle, and the rotation's coming out again. I mean, Kazna crew has a good setup here to defend, actually, the capture circle, because Vetso is going to be so much HP to deal with for these bad shots, and they still need to get towards Nexus as well. Could be good. Ooh, Decha taking a punishment in his Kranwagen.
Deca took 2 shots in a row, and the Kranwagen now Insane's taking a shot in his Batchat as well, so Deca can't peek properly at the moment. If he peeks one way, then Stefan can get shots into him, and if he peeks the other way, Piotr and Haiba can get shots into him. As you see him at the moment trading with Haiba. Now Camille takes a little bit of damage as well, so Kazna crew just chipping away at the health of Oops. Nexus takes a shot there for Kazna crew, but damage and everything going in Kazna crew's favour at the moment as they're able to get the shots and angles onto Oops.
Insane failed over there though, so he's going to be in the open for Vets if he chooses to peek over. And Piotr trying to shield Isna here. But in the meantime, they're losing Decha. Could be all over by Cap. There's nobody from Oops in the facility, just Spoink.
15 seconds. Spoink is the only person who can potentially do a reset. There's nobody else nearby. Kazna crew might realise this and try and triple cap it. 8 seconds. Spoink is up to you to be the hero play for your team. You have to get the shot connected. He sees Isne. He's behind the building though. 1 second. Spoink is nearly. Oh! He hit the building! Spoink! Mate, you just lost it for your team, and Kazna crew cap it! Spoink did not have the positioning there. He popped over the rails right in front of a building.
The one spot he peeks out, it's a building, and it's over, and it's Kazna crew. Wow.
Oh,
wow.
rope-a-dope. That's like with